So, this is the pressure exchange chamber.
いや、正確に言うと減圧準備室だな。この部屋は2層構造になっていて、減圧室は下の方にあるらしい。
どうして知ってるの？
アリスから聞いたんだよ。アリスはこの部屋を探索した3人のうちの1人だからな。
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back in the warehouse?
そうだ。
Well, let's head downstairs then.
そうだね。
So, this is the real thing.
そうらしいな。
Why do they have something like this here?
これもアリスからの受け売りなんだが。
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
ほら、準備室の壁際にずらりと防護服が並んでただろ。あれはウイルスの感染を防ぐためのもので、あれを着てこの減圧室に入らないと外には出られないんだとさ。
I see. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Then that newspaper article was right?
残念ながら、その可能性は高いと言わざるを得ないな。
That was such a delayed reaction. So the air outside is teeming with Radical 6.
あ
あ。ねえ、もう一つ気になったことがあるんだけど、聞いてもいい？
なんだ？
さっきのファイの話によると、防護服を着てこの減圧室に入れば外に出られるってことにならない？
ああ、それはダメらしい。減圧室の奥の方にある扉、がっちりと溶接されてて開かないみたいなんだ。
What are the chances there's actually something beyond that, though? Because I was just under the impression that, I don't know, it was a brick wall behind it or something. Damn it. There's one door between us and freedom.
それを言うなら、Q の扉だって同じだろ。
Okay, yeah, but...
まあとにかく、今はアクセラビデを探す方が先だ。クオークを助けてやらないと。
そうだね。
それでは私は上の準備室の方を調べてみる。
Me and Clover alone time.
シグマと四つ葉はこの回を頼む。
Got it.
了解。
Clover. Ew, there's still that freaking... the zero thing over there. We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Clover! Hey, what do you think the deal is with the stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? A pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute. You mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dio was asking questions. We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
お前ら、ウイルスが蔓延してるなんてニュース聞いたことがあるのか？
それはないけど、でも。
And then Alice said,
ウイルスがばらまかれるという情報なら耳にしたことがあるわ。
So what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Maybe Tenmyoji is part of the organization too. That would kind of explain why they immediately trust each other, or maybe Tenmyoji at least knows about it. Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally, she lifted her head and met my eyes.
わかったよ。 シグマは信用できる人みたいだし、
Yes, yes.
教えてあげる。その代わり私が言ったってことアリスには絶対内緒だからね。
Alright.
約束してくれる？
Of course, you blabbermouth. Promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention, at a complete loss for words. Here's what she said. Oh no, it's another reading exercise for me, isn't it? SOIS. Okay, it's like an eagle with a star in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. Alice and I are agents of the SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. Government? SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements, such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups. That sounds like the Free the Soul thing, doesn't it? And religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. That sounds like it again. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Yeah, especially because you seem so scatterbrained. You have a nice government job. Well, it started when I met Alice. I told you that I've played the Nonary game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We just escaped, and we were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOIS, and she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as a part of her investigation. But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that Alice had gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the Nonary game had anything to do with the terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. Oh! That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. Wait, so they never met up again? After June was saved, they just they're like, see ya, and that's it? As far as we know, they're still out there now, on the run. Anyway, we were taken back to the SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group they were investigating. But they must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way they'd been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother, since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now. So she hired bodyguards for us. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome for one. And he was in both of the last two Nonary games too. So anyway, we've been grabbed twice. But the people behind the two Nonary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom though, so after that, all these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Clover's family is rich, confirmed. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day, and we decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did it. After that, we lived on our own. I worked in a cafe and he composed music. Oh, okay, so only one of you is earning money. He plays the harp, and he started writing this kind of new agey music. It got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Or some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? My brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Your brother is well on his way to becoming an idol. Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day, Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. The glycerin. So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of the SOIS, where they'd taken us after the second Nonary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar too. It only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first Nonary game. Oh! Does that mean that Santa is there? June? We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. I'm pretty sure this is the Myrmidon. No, Myrmidons is the mercenary organization working for Free the Soul, right? So it's actually Free the Soul. It's possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is, but basically, we can do this thing that's kind of like glycerin magic. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first Nonary game was to research that ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she'd brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up, huh? I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget that I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that! I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently though, and they told Alice they'd do it. It was a job after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh right, I forgot to tell you, she told us how much they pay us if we help them. It was a lot, more wealth than you can imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple days passed, and then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first Nonary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOIS were after. Well, now we have confirmation, right? Because that symbol on the flag that we saw during Dio's ending is the symbol that was in 999 on the coffin, or on the flag next to the coffin. Wasn't that, she asked, something I might want to know more about? That got me curious. My brother too. But the clincher was what Seven said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second Nonary game. She called him on her phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. Oh. He's gone off to travel the world looking for Akane. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please. Just do me a favor and help Alice out. I feel like this is definitely foreshadowing that something is going on with Junpei and Akane. So Seven knows Alice too. Junpei is like Seven, another participant from the second Nonary game. Akane is one of the people behind the second Nonary game. They just spoiled 999 in 2 sentences! Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOIS. For the next couple of months, all we did was train. Half of the time it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOIS agent needed, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. If you were in such a secret government thing, I feel like you could definitely have some skills that could overpower me in the AB room. But no, every single time she's like, I can't do it because I'm too weak. They'd actually known about Espers for quite a while, and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base, so I could relay information back through him. Yeah, so Clover and Snake's abilities are only useful when they're apart. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of their workers, and then use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. Oh my god, I hate to ruin the mood here, but she looks like she works at KFC or something. The whole research facility was fake, and I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. I'd been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got here, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended in a failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters was. The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time, I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for the most of my life. But then, on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. As if they knew that you were gonna strike on the 25th. Which smells like time traveling. And when you woke up, you were in the warehouse. All of that talking seemed to have tired Clover out, me too. She sighed, and her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I've got a few questions.
Nani?
Well, first off, your, powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now?
どういうわけか、ここではダメみたい。 最初に目覚めた時からお兄ちゃんに向かって必死にメッセージを送り続けてるんだけど。
No response?
近くに能力者がいれば共鳴作用を起こして力が増幅されるんだけど、ここではそれも期待できないしね。
There might be another one.
あ、でも
What?
私よりも能力の強い人がそばにいると力はその人に吸収されちゃったりもするんだ。
That's definitely what's happening then.
だからもしかしたらって思ったけど、そんなわけないよね。
That's a huge foreshadowing. Who is it? Who is the other Esper? Based off nothing, no information, I kind of want to say it's K because of all the people, he might still be the most mysterious one so far that we don't know too much about. And besides, Clover mentioned something about thinking that K might be someone she's met before. Right, whatever. I have some other questions, so... Moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right? Okay. So, who are they?
それはそこまではさすがに言えないよ。
You told me all of that, but you can't tell me the name of the organization? What? Why not? You told me all that other stuff, but this is too much?
だってアリスに怒られちゃうし。
I already told you I wouldn't tell her!
でも
It'll be hilarious if Phi was eavesdropping on us right now. Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
それが分かれば苦労はしないって。
So you don't know?
判明してるのは近々行われるってことだけで。
But that could just mean about anything.
そうだね。来週のことかもしれないし、来月のことかもしれないし、来年のことかもしれないし。
Or it could have happened already.
もしかしたら過去のことかも。
Wait. You mean they might have already released the virus?
だってそう考えたら辻褄が合うじゃん。この減圧室のことも新聞記事のことも、それから3人がコールドスリープにかけられてたって記録のことも。
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Why you three? Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
嘘をついてるのかも。
Really? All 6 of them?
K の記憶喪失が本当だとしたら5人ってことになるね。あとそれからクォークも除かないと。
So you're saying Tenmyoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? Huh. I guess they are a little suspicious.
でしょ？
Somehow, I don't know how, but we've like established this sort of alliance with Clover right now. And what's their motive?
4人が嘘をついた目的？知らないよ、そんなの。
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
愚民どもを浄化するためだって聞いたことがあるけど。
Purifying the unclean?
ちょっと待って。愚民。
What? What are you doing?
うるさい！黙ってて。何か思い出しそうなの。愚民。
She leapt up, suddenly excited.
ステロ愚民！
Neo, what?
もう忘れちゃったの？これのことだよ。
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication. Oh, right. I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
So,
I didn't have any idea what it was, though, so I gave it to you. Are you saying you've heard about this neo-stigmine stuff before?
だからそれを思い出したんだよ。
You remembered?
お兄ちゃんから聞いたことがあるの。ステログミンはコリンエステラーゼ阻害薬。
Wait. Cholinesterase? God, I can't say that. Inhibitor! Oh no, it's not. I was thinking of the IG replicator. But no, that doesn't match up.
つまり筋弛緩薬ハイメトリンの解毒剤になるんだって。
Oh! So we won't die! Sorry, but I still don't get it. Okay, so after we clear this path, we should be unlocking the one where Sigma dies. And he's like, what can I do to save myself?
これ以上分かりやすくしようがないでしょうが。ああ、もう分かったよ。それじゃあもう一回言うからね。この注射銃に装填されてる薬ステログミンは筋弛緩薬ハイメトリンの解毒剤になるの。
Suddenly, it's become very mysterious how Luna died to an injection gun.
理解した？
Tsubukurarin is the poison in our bracelets, right?
そう。ペナルティを課せられた人に注射される2番目の薬。
まずはマンドレインを注ぎ込んで意識を失わせ、その9分後にハイメトリンを注入して呼吸筋を麻痺させる。文字通り息の根を止めるってやつだね。
So you're saying this neo-stigmine, mean? Keeps it from working?
だから何度も言わせないでよ。そうだってば。
So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized. Why would Zero give this to us? Zero's motives are becoming a little bit unclear again. There are things in this facility that want to kill us, but there's also things that want to heal us. Just like the first 999.
死ななくても済むんだ。助かるんだよ。ただしトリガーを引けるのは1回だけだから。
That means we can only use it on one person.
そうなるね。
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
一番有効なのは9の扉に潜り込むことだよ。
Ah, you're right!
誰かが目標値に達した時に9の扉を開くでしょ。その時にこの薬を持っていれば自分の BP が9に満たなかったとしても扉の先に進むことができるんだ。
Huh.
とにかくこのことをアリスに伝えてくる。
What? Hey! Clover, wait! Clover! It was too late. Clover was already on the lift and gone. Damn. I was, I think, understandably upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. Fi, please. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Fi! Where did Clover go? Huh? Aw, you're scaring me. Fi, can you hear me? No! Everybody is infected, goddammit. She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed, and her body was unnaturally stiff. Fi? I grabbed the shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly, she raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured toward the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? Phi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Right, got it. Well, you can't just run after her. What about Phi? Thanks. Are you serious? You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed like more of a priority. Why do you need to catch Clover? She's just telling Alice about the injection gun, right? Why is it so... Like, why do you need to stop her about that? I don't know, man. Phi didn't ditch you when you were in the security office. I feel kind of bad just leaving her here. I turned back around and jogged out the door toward the treatment center. Oh, I don't want to... Shoot! If we don't pay attention to Phi, what if she tries to kill herself? No, 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 no. Sigma! Sigma, seriously! Oh my god, even after you... Oh my god. And of course Sigma doesn't know that Radical 6 can do something like that, make you kill yourself. That's not this timeline, was it? I don't think so. Yeah, because that one required going to the lab. Okay, this is really not good. Oh, at least last time when we found everybody dead, we had Phi with us, but this time we're all alone, completely alone. Huh? This is weird. Where is everybody? I'd assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but... the room was empty. Check the pod, check the pod. Luna and Tenmyoji were gone too. They left Quark, and the readout on his pod said his vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. The fact that Tenmyoji would actually leave Quark's side is weird enough. Fine. Guess it's time to go look somewhere else. I made my way out of the treatment center. I feel lonely. I'm scared. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. If we find that everybody's dead, does that mean that everybody was infected? Or does it mean that somebody went on a killing rampage? I guess that'll depend on... No, actually, no. I was gonna say if we see blood or like fighting, that probably means that it wasn't because of Radical 6. But Radical 6 will probably make you pick up a weapon and kill yourself with it too, so that would definitely lead to blood. What the hell? What's going on here? I can't find anybody. Go find Phi. Every single room is empty. Wait. There's still one place I haven't checked. The infirmary. No, 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 no. If we can't find anybody anywhere, that means they're all here. I'm looking away. I'm scared. No! I ran into the room and stopped short. I might as well have run into a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No. What happened? I felt my whole body convulse, whether from terror or nausea. I couldn't tell. My legs went limp and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand. And I looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood stretching out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Why? This can't be real. How could... Where's Kay? 1, 2. Phi is here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Quark 7. Me 8. Kay is not here, which makes it seem like Kay is the killer, but we do have the knowledge that Radical 6 makes you kill yourself. So it doesn't mean Kay is the killer. No. But for some reason, everybody has either newly become infected, or their Radical 6 suddenly all activated at the same time. Mine's activating too, as soon as I got into this room. But then again, Phi was already feeling weird back at the PEC, so it's not like hers activated in this room. In the middle of the lake of blood, like an island of flesh, were bodies. They were a bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes, with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Had they sliced themselves open? Or stabbed one another? I couldn't tell. All the blood. Too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear what tool they'd used to do it. Scalpel? A scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This was how they had died. This tiny blade. God. This is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Oh, Sigma is not feeling well already. Time to wake up. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. I lifted it slowly, carefully, to my neck, as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs, and drew it across my throat. That is one horrific ending, and I'm expecting to see the credits roll in any second now. I do feel like that last scene... Well, I mean, Sigma killing himself pretty much confirms that everybody there killed themselves. And the fact that it was done with such a small weapon, a scalpel. Like, if you had 6 people in the same room and a tiny little scalpel, even if one person tried to kill somebody, I think at most, they'd be able to kill like 1 or 2 people by surprise. But with that many people, I don't think that one person with the scalpel can overpower all of them. And you can tell there at the end that Sigma completely lost all sense of reasoning and logic because he didn't make any mention of Kay not being there. And now I'm thinking about it, does Kay's armor prevent him from Radical 6? It is strange why he's not there in any case. But man, that was pretty bad. Oh wait, there was that one route, the one where we saw Dio die in the pod, that where Kay didn't feel well. So I'm not sure, it's hard to tell because you can't see his expressions and stuff. But he was like, oh, I don't feel well, I'm gonna rest in the lounge for now. So maybe that was the symptoms of Radical 6. But we can't really be too sure, and it is really, really weird why Kay is not there. Maybe he was just... Because we've looked everywhere else already, right? So, I don't know, does that mean that he was also looking around in the same places, but at different times, so we didn't bump into him? Or is he actually doing something else? Well, since it's a video game, pre-written story, it probably means something that he's not there. But even then though, I feel like seeing this after seeing the whole explanation about Radical 6 about how it makes you want to kill yourself. It doesn't make me suspect K at all. But even if I hadn't seen that thing, I feel like it still doesn't make me suspect K, just because the moment I walked into the room, I started killing myself. So, yeah, that should be a big heads up that something is going on here. Something wrong. It's totally possible to go through this route without going to the explanation of Radical 6-2. So, I guess you can infer from this one that it's a disease that makes you want to kill yourself. For some reason, it makes you think that this world we live in is a nightmare, and death is the only release. Scary stuff. Clover ending. And that's that. Oh, wow, I really didn't expect that. I thought this was just gonna be something, but nope. We never made it to the third AB game still. By the time the second AB game kicks in, like, everybody just starts going insane and killing themselves and stuff. And yeah, now we have another route opened. Oh, wait, how can Phi and K be saved? Oh, I thought it would open the one where Sigma... Yeah, I thought it would open this one. I did read the comments and you guys suggested that I just go through them whenever I can open the locks already. But since we have this one little route left, I'm gonna do this one. And then instead of... Oh, wow. Oh, wow, we're actually through 2 big routes already. Kind of. Well, no, not really, because we got this here, we got this here, and we got this. And this. So, Anyway, yeah, we're gonna do these little bits, which is where we betray, and me and Clover should be getting a 9 here. We'll see what happens. Maybe we leave, and then we start wandering outside in the desert. I don't know. Clover's not gonna be of too much help, I don't think. And then after that, we're gonna go unlock some of the stuff so that we can get somewhere. So far, I don't feel like we've been making any progress on finding the password for the lion. Well, I'm sure we'll get there eventually. Lots of stuff to chew on this time with the Clover's information. Yeah, okay, let's head towards betraying then.